The following video is for educational purposes only, based on publicly available information. It is not legal advice, and all opinions expressed are our own. Viewer discretion is advised. Introduction. This episode focuses on the Judicial Service Commission versus Honorable Mr. Justice Mbalu Mutava and Another, where issues arose over the removal of a High Court judge on grounds of incompetence, misconduct, and breach of conduct. What did the courts decide, and what can HR teams learn? The Judicial Service Commission versus Mbalu Mutava judgment was a landmark case in constitutional and administrative law, addressing the balance between institutional authority and individual rights. The High Court, hearing Justice Mutava's petition, identified significant procedural lapses in the Judicial Service Commission's handling of the matter. Among its findings were: the JSC failed to provide Justice Mutava with adequate access to testimonies or evidence presented by witnesses. He was not given the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses or respond to the evidence. The JSC did not furnish him with written reasons for its decision to recommend a tribunal for his removal, which was deemed a violation of his rights under Article 47 of the Constitution. As a result, the High Court declared the tribunal formed by the President null and void, quashed Justice Mutava's suspension, and directed the JSC to recommence the investigation in adherence to constitutional standards. However, the High Court did not award any monetary compensation or specific relief to Justice Mutava beyond the reinstatement of his constitutional rights and procedural fairness in subsequent proceedings. The matter escalated to the Court of Appeal, where the JSC argued that its role was merely preliminary, asserting that it was not bound to provide full procedural safeguards such as cross-examination or detailed reasoning. The Court of Appeal's decision clarified several points. Fair administrative action. The JSC's actions were administrative and subject to Article 47, which ensures fairness, efficiency, and transparency. Scope of JSC's role. The JSC was not required to conduct a trial or determine the facts of the case. Its mandate was to assess whether allegations met the threshold to recommend a tribunal. Cross-examination. Given the JSC's preliminary role, cross-examination of witnesses was deemed unnecessary. Written reasons. While the lack of written reasons raised concerns, the court determined that it did not invalidate the JSC's process due to the limited scope of its function at this stage. Award to claimant. Justice Mutava was not awarded any financial compensation or damages. However, the court upheld his reinstatement pending a constitutionally compliant inquiry by the JSC. His suspension, which had led to reduced remuneration, was set aside, effectively restoring his full salary during the interim period. Ultimately, the Court of Appeal upheld the JSC's constitutional authority, but underscored the importance of clarity, fairness, and adherence to procedural standards in such matters. This case highlighted the critical need for public institutions to operate within the bounds of the Constitution while safeguarding individual rights. Key learnings from the case include emphasis to the importance of procedural fairness in investigations, timely communication and full disclosure of evidence to affected parties, aligning internal processes with constitutional and legal standards, best practices for organizations, establish clear policies for handling grievances and disciplinary actions, ensure robust documentation and transparency in investigations, train managers on constitutional rights and fair administrative practices. Key lessons for HR professionals. We learn that proper grievance handling can prevent legal disputes. Institutions must respect procedural safeguards, even during preliminary investigations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more HR insights and employment law breakdowns.